Hey, what's up, Sports Talk Detroit? Hey, breaking news from, a few different places. Saw it on the Detroit Free Press, Detroit News, and a bunch of different articles where they are saying Jerami Grant and his representatives have given the Detroit Pistons a list. A list of what, you might ask? Well, it is a list of teams that he would prefer to go to if the Pistons were to trade him. Now, the Pistons are in a position where they're not even sure if they are going to trade Jerami Grant, and now they're getting a list from him. Now, old me, and with a lot of players, would say, hey, dude, you aren't good enough to put together a list, so don't put one together. But I need you to hold off on that for a second. Let me tell you why. Jerami Grant came to Detroit when he could have stayed playing with the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, who were a Western Conference, I don't want to say power, but they were definitely a Western Conference contender every single year to go to the NBA Finals. They're a good team, the best player in the league, at least according to MVP last year, and I think that was an accurate MVP voting, right? Plays on that team. He left that to come play for Detroit. He wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the alpha on a team and see what could result in that. Also, there was more to it than that. He wanted to play for a black head coach, a black GM, in a city in Detroit that is rooted in black pride. Like, I'm telling you right now, this is a different scenario. So when he asked to be traded to a certain place, you have to understand, the Detroit Pistons took a risk on Jerami Grant because they thought he might be good, but Jerami Grant took a risk on the Pistons. That's what happened here. So I don't want to just quickly say, like, hey, he doesn't have the right to do this. I think he does have the right to give the list. Now, the Pistons, the real question is, should the Pistons honor that? And that's the question I have for you, Sports Talk Detroit Nation. Should they honor the teams that he has? We've seen a situation that's similar to this. We saw this with Matthew Stafford last year when he wanted to be traded. We knew he had a list of preferred destinations, and we knew that at the top of that list were the LA Rams. In fact, there's been a lot of reports afterward that we probably would have taken the deal from Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater, and the number, I believe it was 8 pick at the time. So we would have already had that 8 pick. We had our Penei Sewell picks. We would have had 2 first-round picks. We would have had Teddy Bridgewater, and who knows what we could have done with that. It could have been Penei Sewell. It could have been Justin Fields. That's not what this video is about. But anyways, we honored Matt Stafford, and we wanted to send him off right. This is important, fans. Players are people. Teams are full of players who are people. I know it sounds simple, but when you do right by your team, when you're an organization that has a reputation that if I go there, they're going to treat me right both when I am there and if for some reason I leave. We understand that this is a business, but if you're an organization that treats its players right, and if we understand that Jerami Grant has a list of places that he wants to go, and we can get a good trade-off from one of those places, we might want to consider that. Now, if he wants to go to a bunch of places that don't have any good trade offers, for example, if his list consists of the LA Lakers and the Washington Wizards, and it ends with the LA Lakers and the Washington Wizards, we might as well just keep them. Because I guarantee you on that list is the Detroit Pistons. He wanted to be here. He wants to be here. Now, if you keep watching our videos, I'm going to come out with more trade possibilities and some places that I think could be on that list for him as potential places to go. And one of them coming up soon is going to be the Atlanta Hawks. I think that could be a team that he really wants to go to. Atlanta, at its core, has a lot of similarities to the city of Detroit. That team has a lot of similarities. And if he went to Atlanta, depending on who he was traded for, he could become the immediate number 2 option, which might really entice him in wanting to go there. My guess is he still wants to be a number 1 or a number 2 option. What do you think? Do you think we should listen to his request? Or, hey, it's a business. You're going to go where we say you're going to go. Remember, they're people, they're players, but they're people. All right, Sports Talk Detroit, hope you liked the video. Hey, please consider subscribing if you watch this whole video, especially if you haven't already. Please leave a comment below. As always, thank you so much for listening, for tuning in. See ya.